Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, I want to talk about Destiny Payton's latest YouTube live, where she and her life coach Dion, they recap the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, particularly the scenes of Sunni and Moses. And they actually had a really deep talk about romantic relationships and taking accountability. And I definitely took some notes. So we're going to get all into it. Now, before we do, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. You knew that I was going to ask, right? I ask that because then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who enjoy discussing the various topics surrounding Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would definitely love to have you as one of the showstoppers. All right, and everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these sound bites are allowed for criticism. Now, I do want to also say, if you would like to see some of the beautiful obituary for Mrs. Kiki Jabbar, definitely head over to the What's Happening YouTube page. She does excellent work, and she has the wide shots of the obituary and several of the pages and the family members' tributes. If you did want to watch that video, almost as if you are giving your condolences to the family, if you were there to witness the service and get the obituary, definitely head over to What's Happening's channel. All right, so in this first soundbite, the life coach Dion, she asked Destiny about her thoughts on seeing her castmates film scenes with Sunni and Moses. And here's what Destiny had to say.
Destiny, how do you feel about your friends on the show getting close to them? Well, that was a fair question. She asked, how do you feel about your friends on the show getting close to them? A couple of them have got cursed out after letting me know that they had encounters with them. Chris, he got a lashing. Martell got a lashing. Kimmy. Yeah. Of course y'all know how I feel about it. Okay. Me no likey. And then next, she asked a relevant question, a pretty good question. She said, I have a question. Dion, do you think you and Destiny are making, I guess this should be them relevant if you keep talking about them? This is just a question. Yeah, that's an honest question. Well, honestly, I think we don't really, this is what we do on the show. We talk about the show. We unpack Destiny's experience. There's no way to talk about her experience without talking about them. And let's be really realistic. They came on the show to create a storyline to be talked about. Yeah. So you're welcome for the gift. It happens to be attached to my process of with Mental Mondays. But at the end of the day, it's not like I'm just, let's sit here and just talk about and bash. That's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about my experience. Y'all are asking questions, we're answering. Yeah. So, nothing more, nothing less. And here's one of the things that I think one of the things that I hope Mental Monday does is humanize the people who are on the show. Like a lot of times we'll see a story, we'll see something going on, and then people think, oh, you just go on. You don't have any feelings about what's happening. You're not a real person. You're just a character. And it's real people. So if we're going to use their lives as, I think if you're going to tell a story, if you're going to get on television and tell a story, I know Destiny, your thing is to make it a testimony. A testimony. Yep, to help other people. And we can't help by not talking about the things, not talking about the impact. And another thing that, from my last season, and people saying things like, Destiny doesn't share, she's very private, which I am. And I don't make any apologies for that. But at the same time, if I'm going to share, it needs to be in the way that I feel is going to be beneficial and helpful and grow from, show some evolution and growth in the process, and not just be stuck on talking about the same subject. We're discussing what happened in the last episode. We're discussing how I felt about statements being made, how things were being presented, and that's just it.
Okay, so you heard Destiny actually say that, she cursed out her castmates. I am assuming that she means in a playful way, that she cursed out Chris Fletcher, Martell Holt, and Kimmy Scott for filming scenes and being cool with Sunni and Moses. Oh, Destiny, stop it, because you totally gravitate towards Martell and justify yourself doing that. And if Melody asked you to pick a side, you totally would say, well, I'm going to pick Martell's side, and you cannot expect me to show any faithfulness or loyalty to you. So you make decisions and ride with who you want to ride with. But when it comes to Sunni and Moses, your castmates, they should just be Team Destiny and not film with them at all. I'm actually very grateful for this scene with Sunni and Moses where they sat down with Kimmy and Maurice, because Moses got to tell his story about his childhood and how it led to him being in the streets. The poverty factor, it can really make people, like I've said in a couple of other videos, grow up really fast and really pursue the fast money. And I think that that is a very important story that we cannot hear enough in our community, so that people who are growing up, in the hood, in the urban areas, in perhaps single parent homes or homes where they're living at the poverty level or below the poverty level, that they can think about trying to make better choices. But again, in those environments with those odds stacked against them, then, they may try to pursue the fast money because, I don't want to wait 4 or 5 years to graduate from college to get a job, including having the student loans. I don't want to wait to have to work and save money to move out of this neighborhood. I may not even make it out if I wait that long, So Destiny, you're going to have to get over yourself, because Moses would not have been able to tell his life story in a scene with you. It would have been about the two of you and the baby that you were going to name Justice, and his business named after the baby, and all of that. But also, someone asked about, should you even be mentioning Sunni and Moses? And Dion and Destiny, they gave a very realistic response that, they are on the show right now, and my life has been intertwined with theirs because I dated Moses off and on for 15 years, and now they've gotten married, and Sunni, his wife, was my producer. So in very realistic terms, it makes sense that I'm going to have commentary on them. And also, that makes sense if someone is woven into the fabric of the TV show or a dynamic that was once part of the show or is part of the show. It's very natural to discuss them. And if you could even take something from who they are that you do not want to be like, or this is not beneficial, this is a part of some of the things that plague our community, those are things worth talking about, at least for me. But I thought that that was interesting that she really, took issue with Chris, Martell, and Kimmy for filming scenes with Sunni and Moses. But she gets to make choices. She gets to be free and gravitate towards Martell, and Melody does not put any expectations on her. So is freedom just applied to certain people and not all? But next, I want to talk about her saying that she is the center of Sunni and Moses. This really tripped me out. So I'm going to go ahead and play the soundbite, and then I will come back with my commentary.
They want to be around her. That is a great question. Hopefully we can get some answers. Because And their marriage and their union means nothing to the public eye without me attached to it. And that's just it. I am the nucleus to their relationship. So basically, they're riding on your popularity. They're riding on your fame. So Meek, thank you. Let's get these likes up.
So you all can imagine that when you heard the silence, that was Destiny taking dramatic pauses. She even did it earlier when asked about, her thoughts on people filming with Sunni and Moses and being cool with them. It was always these dramatic pauses. But yes, she said that she is the nucleus. Now, Destiny, I would not say that you were the nucleus of their relationship. Perhaps you are an integral part of their storyline on a reality TV show. You are a major part of it because you were on Love and Marriage Huntsville prior. And again, Sunni was your producer. You dated Moses off and on for 15 years, and then they got together. But really, they are the nucleus to your storyline because that was how you were able to return to Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's because Sunni and Moses found love in each other. And really, honestly, Destiny, at the root of Sunni and Moses' relationship, from what I could see, they have a lot in common. It makes sense that they would be cool. They are two attractive people. So I know it was also natural for them to be attracted to each other. And they just seem to really click. But in my opinion, Sunni and Moses are actually the nucleus to your storyline and your ability to return to the show. Because whenever Destiny gives commentary on the episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville, she always says that Sunni and Moses has entered the state where she lives, Alabama, and they have come onto the job where she works. They have come onto the job where you are now working at again, because for an entire season you were not a part of the cast. So when you returned, they joined. Some would even say you are all on, an even playing field, perhaps. But I want to get into some more things that they talked about in regards to romantic relationships because of Destiny and Moses' connection. And so the life coach, Dion, she talked about women dating potential.
As women, we have been groomed to seek potential, especially in our culture. We've been groomed to nurturers, to nurture the good. Yes. And now it's time to, look at fantasy versus what you're actually getting. Mm-hmm. Because people will talk a good game. They just will, but I find that once people break up with their fantasy, who they hope the person would be to them, how they hope they would show up, who you hoped you would be in the relationship, once you break up with the fantasy, you can look at the actual person and go, that's not my person. That's not, remember I talked about last week, it's important for us to label things the right way because the way you label it is the way you're going to handle it. If you mislabel it, you're going to mismanage it, you're going to mishandle it. So this isn't the love of your life. This is a lesson. This is a lesson on the way to the love of your life. Mm-hmm. This is the lesson on the way to the person that you're supposed to be with. And it also can help inform how you move with other partners. I still think he gave you something. I think he gave you a gift. One thing that he gave you in that conversation was a gift of, I think, letting you know that you need to be more communicative. And what I would say, you don't have to necessarily, but it was. I know, I'm not denying it. I got in trouble today, actually, by the way. I got in trouble today about that. Did you? With your friend? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I felt like the life coach Dion, she said a lot of valid things about women in our community dating potential. In my opinion, I feel like if you grow up in environments like in a religious home and you go to church regularly, I feel like young Black girls, we are encouraged between our parents and our church families to go to college, definitely get married first, and then have kids. So the Black women, we are groomed to be this hardworking, responsible person, but nobody mentors the young boys. Nobody teaches them the benefits of marriage. Nobody challenges the young Black boys, especially if they grew up in single parent households, to stop that cycle. Do not make more women in our race or in any race single parents. Get married first. It's a beautiful experience and you can raise a family together. They don't get those messages. And so, women, Black women, ride really hard for Black men. I feel like Black women hold a lot of empathy in their hearts towards Black men. They say, oh, he has a hard way, he experiences racism. Let me ride for him regardless of how he treats me. And I feel like Black men know that. They know that Black women are going to be blindly loyal and they move accordingly, and it's something that Black women do not deserve. So I feel like that was some very good conversation that she gave. And some other things that the life coach Dion said was, she said that our power is in self-reflection when you take accountability. So of course, what I add to that is be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be hard on yourself. And it was really amazing because I've been thinking about Kiki so much for the past week. And as I was watching Destiny's live tonight, I thought about how she would go live on Instagram, Kiki would, and I would say in the chat, like, be sure not to be so hard on yourself. And in videos past, I've given commentary on her IG lives where I've said it seems like Kiki is very hard on herself. And, I just say, try to pursue that balance when you hold yourself accountable. Be gentle with yourself as well, because you are only human and we are going to make mistakes. And on a religious, spiritual level, that is why Jesus did what he did for us, because he already knows that we're just human and that we have weaknesses and we're trying our best each day. You cannot be so hard on yourself. But the life coach Dion said that our power is in self-reflection. She said that in particularly when it comes to romantic relationships, when we focus on the other person's actions more so than what we did in the relationship or what we allowed to happen in the relationship, she said we're just determining how much access the other person can still have to us. But self reflection will help you to not repeatedly date the wrong people. Self reflection will help you to not date potential. She said some things we can only learn about ourselves in the framework of being in a relationship. She said, like, if you discovered that you are self centered, or if you're dealing with things like traumatic things from your past, like those things will come up, kind of bubble up to the surface in a romantic relationship. So I thought that it was insightful. I thought that this was the least messy live that they've done. I felt like this was the least messy that the life coach has been. And so I'm guessing because of us losing Kiki, she was able to really focus and be self-controlled, is my guess. And then they don't they could not blame Melody for anything. She has not gone live, so they couldn't be triggered or jealous of her insight either. So I felt like they were very clear-minded and focused, and gave out some helpful information. But I thank you all so much for checking out this portion of the video. Now I want to talk briefly about this post from the Money Making Melody _ fan page on Instagram. And I'm going to read to you all the caption. As you can see, it is a picture of Martell and Arion, I guess like out on a date. And the music selection that the Money Making Melody fan page chose was Young, Dumb, and Broke. That's the name of the song. And the caption reads, "For laughs and giggles, this all y'all got going on for date night? The way she always hollering, Mr. Holt, I thought he'd be pulling out the red carpet. I guess it is a step up from Skittles, though. And take those elbows off the table and sit up like a lady. Mel needs to start hosting table etiquette classes because her and the four-piece nuggets would never. Laughing emoji, hashtag LAMH." So they were spotted out, and it looks like they weren't all cozied up. She wasn't sitting next to him, and they weren't laughing and cracking up. I guess they were all into their food, but yes, they were out on a date night. So I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video, as it is a free way of supporting the channel. I hope that you all had a terrific Tuesday. Tomorrow will be a wonderful Wednesday. Be sure to try your best to think as positive as you can. Prepare tonight for your day tomorrow so that the morning can start off smooth. Whether it's you pick out your clothes for tomorrow, tonight, pack your lunch tonight, or if you eat overnight oats for breakfast, go ahead and make that tonight. You can journal and or pray to get things off of your mind. And yeah, it's going to be a wonderful Wednesday for sure. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.